From us to you, Uru2U. Good evening. I'm Keith Coulter, and welcome to Uru2U, your one-stop for all news-related and sometimes unrelated to the Cavern. Our stories tonight, a series of nonsensical YouTube videos created by what we believe are gifted chimpanzees taking aim at Uru forums and websites by making stiflingly unfunny and angry comments with jump cuts of semi-related images. Freedom of speech or a sorrowful cry for help? You decide. Also, more Bahro sightings in various ages. Not surprisingly, the DRC denies everything, even though nobody asked. But first, our top news story of the day. They're a popular new toy which can be used to create surreal illusions in the Cavern. Cult groups of tech hobbyists can be found in the lower city using these bots to create lifelike shows of Bahro, fireworks, giants, and more. Mr. Rosso will show you how amazing these bots really are.
Quentin, meet us.
Just behind me stand the two most well-known robots, dubbed Lyrobot and Magicbot. Lyrobot is the one with the maintained...
I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you just said, Quentin.
Anyway, Magicbot is easily recognizable by its blue skin. They both have their own distinct...
I must restart. I shall return momentarily.
Magicbot being dumped. As you can see, I am the true superior bot in the Cavern and the world.
Okay. Why is that, Lyrobot?
I have more functions.
How many? How many? Lyrobot, how many functions do you have?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you just said, Quentin. I have a bitrate of 6 million gigabytes per second.
Impressive. But doesn't that make your effects any better?
That is irrelevant. Magicbot is a cowardly liar with no hopes of coming close to my omnipotence. If anything, he is merely...
What did you just say, buddy?
I said you are big fat.
Okay, that does it.
Well,
No, I'm better.
I don't want to cause any problems, so, maybe I'll just
You're
send it back
way
over
worse
to
than me
you.
because you don't have stuff that I have.
You might have heard of it recently. The Cavern was abuzz with talk of the Denis Day of Dancing, a modern celebration of an ancient tradition. The day was filled with music, dancing, and other performance arts. In case you missed it, we covered the much-anticipated dance show, and it was truly impressive. Many different people showcased their amazing, unique styles. Here are a few of our favorites.
Next up, we have the astounding Arshizzle Brady. Wow, amazing. I don't believe I've ever seen anything like it. Look at him move his arms. It's simply astounding. Such meaningful metaphors. Incredible. And now, the always beautiful Rasha Pankor. Did you see that? How does she do that? Simply remarkable. Such profound talent. I don't believe I've ever seen such an amazing performance in my entire career. And now, the one, the only, Rob Storm. My, can you believe what you're seeing? This is really something. I can't believe my eyes. This, folks, right here is true talent. It doesn't get any better than this, really. Next up we have, that's right, Krissa Kodama. Wow. Really? I mean, the other dances were great, but this, such creativity in actions. This is nothing like anything I've ever seen before. Put your hands together for Miss Kodama, folks. This is truly the star of the show.
In a somewhat horrifying news story, the legendary Cleft area was attacked with the well-known Bahro creatures of the Cavern just a few days ago. By the 100, they poured out of the old dormant volcano, and indeed they caused quite a lot of damage. We already know that many legendary artifacts were destroyed, and our cleanup crew have only just begun to assess what's been done. Sadly, we lost some of Atris's classic childhood drawings, and even the old windmill has stopped working. We can't help but wonder if this is connected to the rumored Bahro War, but at this point we can only speculate. Moving on, we can imagine that the one person these strange happenings could have affected most is none other than Jeff Zandy, and today he will tell you just how he feels about these events, as I'm sure he is at least as shocked as we are. Anna?
So, Mr. Zandy, how have you been affected by this mysterious Bahro incident?
Think that steak's done yet?
I think so, but I was asking about...
She's left a message for you in the cleft.
That's great. I'll listen to it later, but right now
Enter the tree.
I did that a long time ago. I've been to the city and everything. Could we just...
Sometimes you got to close one door to open another.
Okay, but what does that have to do with anything?
Well, there's not a lot more to tell you that you'd understand.
What are you talking about? You haven't told me anything!
Keep exploring. You'll find what you're looking for.
What I'm looking for is to talk to...
This is great. Hero the pizza boy.
Can you just put the book down? We told you we were coming over.
You know how hard it is to finish a book with a constant stream of people interrupting?
How am I interrupting? You knew perfectly well that we wanted to...
I'm not really here to give you answers.
Yes, you are! You said! Just yesterday! You said that...
Yeah, it's hot. But it's dry heat.
You think I didn't notice that?
Oh, and check with me if you need help.
I think you need help, buddy. Wow.
And finally tonight, a series of vicious Cavern-related YouTube videos have been found which, after much examination by experts, have been speculated to have been created by highly gifted chimpanzees, much like a vast majority of YouTube content. A study at MIT showed that 60% of storyboard elements were shown to be parallel with neural readings taken which...
Your mother was a transistor radio.
What did you just say about my mother?
I asked Siri. She said you should go back to preschool.
If humanity ain't break and disconnect your hard drive...
You're not fit to be someone's pocket
Oh,
watch.
forget it. This is Keith Coulter signing off for Uru2U. Good night.